Hey everybody. How's everyone doing? Happy Halloween Eve. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to be playing, like the title says, I'm going to be playing Gate and I'm going to be playing Gate and Iron Helm, two games by Jason Glover, really solid game designer, makes some really good solo games. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be playing. If you don't know how to play these games, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna teach you guys how to play, what I'm doing along the way, and yeah. So, in case you're wondering, this is pretty much the only Halloween themed gear I own. Some horns and a skeleton shirt. I love Halloween. I love scary movies and trick-or-treating and all that stuff, but I've never been one to dress up very much, so. But yeah, I love, like I said, a lot of different horror movies, books, but yeah, I just wanted to play a couple of, these aren't necessarily horror games as much as they are just they kind of have darker themes. So yeah, so this is going to be just a stream. There's a ton of other streamers out there who are, you know, playing scary games with scary music, and you know, that's not for everybody. So I just wanted to play something a little bit chiller and listen to some chill music and drink some beer and wear my horns and hang out with chat. So if you're in the chat, say hi. I'm expecting a few people to drop by, but if it's just me, then that's cool too. So, all right, so let's get into Gate. So Gate is it fits in this little tin. The entire game is in this tin. I also have a player mat, which I got with the game, that obviously doesn't fit in the tin. And so, but it really helps in, you know, there's spaces for the cards. But yeah, it was designed and illustrated. You can see that at the top here by Jason Glover. He pretty impressive that he both designed and illustrated. One of my favorite things about the game is the artwork. That's what kind of gives it its flavor and its kind of darker theme. But yeah, so in this game is a deck builder. It's played with this deck of cards, and we are basically we are playing the defenders of this town, and we are defending. We're trying to hold the gate, and there's going to be waves of enemies, which you can see in here, and these enemies are trying to destroy the gate, and if they do, we lose. And if we're able to hold them off and survive all the waves of enemies, we win. Now, if we're able to kill enemies, we score more points, and this is kind of a beat your own score type game. But it's still, you know, usually I don't love those kind of games, the beat your high score kind of games, but this game is really fun because it is difficult. You don't always win, and when you do, seeing like how high of a score you got is fun. My high score, I think, is 40. The last time I played, I scored 25. So that's kind of what we're going to be expecting. These little red... there's no dice rolling in this game. Like I said, this is a deck builder. So, no dice rolling. Instead, these dice are used to track the health of our buildings, which I'll show you in a second there once I get everything out of this tin. Yeah, so the great thing about this game is that it can be played pretty much anywhere. You can take this tin with you wherever you go. You can fold up the mat and take it with you. And yeah, you can just stick this in your back pocket and bring it with you to the, you know, wherever you are, and yeah, it's fun. So we will set up the board here now. The first thing we'll put down is the pyramid. Let's see if you can see that a little bit better with the pyramid. I guess I'll just pick it up so you can see. This kind of represents the town's fear level, and there's enemies who deal damage to the gate, but the really scary enemies also bring down the morale of your city and your heroes. So as that happens, most of the time bad things happen. You take damage to different parts of your cities, but if it's ever you start on this lowest part of the pyramid, and there's a little block here to signify where your fear level, and then if your block, once a monster deals fear to your town, you move it over, and whenever you move it over one of these sun symbols, you gain a really powerful one-time use card. So even though the pyramid, if it gets to the top, there's a little skull icon up at the top. If you get it all the way to the top, you lose. So that's something to really watch out for, is you don't want that. But at the same time, getting those powerful cards is a really important part of the game. The next is the tower. The tower's a building in our town, on our gate, attached to our gate. And it says, while the building is standing, you get +1 to a single attack once per turn. So the tower is good. It starts off with 6 health. We put a dice there to represent its health. The next is the gate. Now the gate's really important. If the gate gets destroyed, the game ends immediately. Hence the name of the game, Gate. So the gate, thankfully, starts off with 12 health. And then, oh, thank you so much for following the Tabletop Pirate. You are my first follower since I've set up the Streamlabs. Oh, Tabletop, it's John. Yeah, hey John. Yeah, so yeah, you win the prize of being the first person to have that little dinging go off, and I have to figure out what I should do when someone does that. But I'll think of it. If you have any suggestions on what prizes you want, let me know. Okay, so I forgot to explain the farm. So like the tower, so the gate, if it loses, if all 12 health gets knocked away, we lose. The farm is like the tower, where it has 6 health, and while it's standing, you get +1 to a single purchase once per turn. Yeah, +1 to a single purchase once per turn while this is still standing. So the farm and the tower are kind of expendable, but while they're standing, they can really help you out. John, are you and Marilyn excited for Halloween? I'm sure you guys absolutely love Halloween. I would imagine that is you guys have had your place decorated with Halloween stuff since like I don't know, September 1st. But yeah, so something that's cool is there is a turn sequence and commands card that's just kind of a something that helps you, a little player aid, which is nice. And then all the rules, rather than having a rule book, the rules actually come on this deck of cards. So I won't be going through all the rules, but I know this game pretty well. So we shouldn't need to reference the rule book. So the next thing, I'm kind of playing at a side angle here. John says, we just got Oliver's costume. He's going to be a dragon, and we're going to be adventurers. Oh, that is adorable. I'm excited for that. I definitely need to see pictures. I'm sure you guys will be posting tons of pictures on Facebook. But You say, what game is this one? Okay, so this game is called Gate. It is a solo deck building game where you are trying to survive waves of enemies. So I'm just getting set up here now. So here are what the enemies look like. On each enemy card, there's a health. That's how much damage you need to deal to them. There's damage that they do to a building in your town. So this one deals 1 damage every time it advances to our, I believe it's the tower. Yeah, this one deals damage to the tower. And then this one also does 2 fear. So luckily, like, this is a really big monster. Luckily they come in waves. So we are actually going to... Ooh, someone else just followed. Shay, thank you so much for following. I'm surprised... You usually watch on Facebook, don't you? I don't know. But anyway, so the level... There's 3 monsters in each waves and 3 waves. So 9 monsters total. So I'm just going to shuffle up wave 1. Shuffle up wave 2. And shuffle up wave 3. And those cards are going to go right up here. Yeah, Shay says, I thought I was falling already too. Yeah, I didn't want to say, hey, that's weird. I thought you'd follow me already. So there are going to be these cards that we're going to be using to defeat the enemies. And we build up our deck by purchasing cards from, there's going to be 4 cards laid out on this row. And each card has stats that help you win. So the coin is, you can be, every turn you're going to use a card for one of these things. The druid you can't use for coins because it doesn't have any wealth because it's a druid, right? But this symbol is repair, so this could repair 2 building, 2 value on any building. And then this is getting fear back on your fear pyramid. This is repairing the pyramid basically. So if an enemy gets us to all the way up here on the pyramid, that's bad, we're close to losing, so we can use this symbol on these cards to knock it back down. So hopefully that all makes sense. But we do not start with a majority of these cards. The game is played. We start with 4 very basic, very bad cards, and we just play the game trying to build up our cards. It's one of those games where you'll take a ton of damage early on, and you just try to recover from that and build up a deck that can actually fight some of these monsters, and hopefully you survive. So we have set up that deck. Yeah. All right. So we have to choose from the rat catcher. There's a cost up at the top. That's how much gold it would cost for me to buy the rat catcher. He comes with 1 gold that you can use once you have him. 2, he heals the pyramid for 2, and he does 1 damage. Oh, I forgot to explain the damage. That's the attack value. You can use these cards to attack any cards that have that value. So the priest, same thing, costs 4. So those are going to be cards that are going to be really hard to get. Excuse me. At the beginning. Next is the minstrel, costs 2, has a 2 coin, so that one's really good. That's going to help us buy better cards, so I might be buying that one right off the bat. But what stinks about him is that he doesn't have any attack or repair. And the tax collector is 2 as well, and it has 2 coins, so you'd think, oh, that just seems like a worse card than the minstrel, but the tax collector is actually pretty good because it has a special effect here. Let's see if I can get it in the shot. Sorry. Which is, 1 second. You may trash this card if it's in the discard. So something that's really important in this game is making sure that your deck is scaling well. And so at the beginning you have absolute trash cards, and then you buy kind of a little bit stronger cards to try to build up your deck. But at the end of the game you need really strong cards, and you're trying to thin out your deck of those bad cards that you got early on. So the tax collector is actually pretty good as well, just to be able to discard itself once you kind of, oh my horns are falling. Once it's kind of once it's served its purpose, then you can just dump it. Like I said, the gems are to track enemies' health, and we start off with four cards. Oh shoot, I shuffled one of the starting cards. Oh, I'm sorry, no, we start off with 3 cards, because on every turn we're going to draw 3 cards from our deck over here and play as many cards as we want, and then we end the turn by discarding any cards that we didn't play face down over here. So yeah, does anybody in chat have any questions about this game so far? It's I don't know if I did the best job explaining it, but you'll catch on as I play. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and just these are some additional actions that you can take spending coins. You know, you can spend 2 coins to make an attack with a value of 1. You can spend a coin to discard all of the recruits in that line of 4 if you know there's nothing that you want. You can spend 2 coins to get a point back on the pyramid, and you can spend 2 coins to repair a building. Those actions I don't do very often, because if you are spending that much money just on simple actions like that, you're probably not in a very good place, but they can help sometimes in a pinch. So the turn sequence. The first thing that happens is enemies advance. So we don't have any enemies out yet, so we're just going to flip this enemy over, and actually we're going to put him out here. And the first enemy we're facing is the Skelipede, this little gross looking guy. The Skelipede has 3 health and will do 2 damage to our tower every time it advances. Not the worst enemy to get. So yeah, so I'm going to draw my 3 cards. I drew what a surprise, my starting 3 cards. And we have to work with here the farmer, the monk, and the guard, obviously. So I think I'm going to actually, I'm thinking about it now. I think I was supposed to have 4. No, just draw 3. Okay. I thought one of these didn't have a coin. One of the starting cards didn't have a coin value. Hang on, let's see here. No, I think I did this right. Okay, so I'm gonna spend. I think I'm gonna just spend. Let's see here. Kill the monk. That's not how this game works. The monk is actually gonna help us here. So I'm gonna spend 3 coins, and then I'm gonna use my farm ability, which gets +1 to a single purchase once per turn. So I am actually going to be able to buy one of these 4-cost card, and I think the priest is actually the best card out here right now. Okay, before I do this, I am just going to look through because I don't want to be accused of cheating, and just make sure I didn't have any. Yeah, no, okay. Interesting. No, I got all my starting. Okay, so I'm going to buy the priest. It's 2 coins and 1 attack, which is really a really good card to have. And so I used all 3 of these cards. I didn't do any damage to the Skelipede, which is not great, but it is what it is. It was worth it to get that really strong card. Every time you buy a card, you replenish the row. And then recruit, use cards. I don't have anything I can use. Enemies attack. So the Skelipede will do 2 damage to the tower. And it will, and that's it. So now we will advance the enemies. And the next enemy we have is the spider. Spider. It's a spider with an eye. I'm definitely killing this thing. Well, not definitely, but almost certainly. 3 health. It's going to do some things to our pyramid. Okay, so I'm out of cards. I've used them all. So I'm going to take my deck, shuffle them up. How's the music, guys? Is it too loud? Am I too quiet? Is everything sounding good level-wise? Let me know. Jen, what's up? Draw 3 cards. So I drew the farmer. Oh, I did get the priest. Okay, that's good. Sometimes you get a really good new card, and then you just don't get it when you're drawing. It's cool, Jen. You'll be able to pick this game up fast, I'm sure. So I do have enough here. If you look at my cards, I do have enough. I have 3 damage. I can use these 2 for 2 damage, and then use my tower to kill off one of these enemies. And I think I will. I think I'm gonna go ahead and kill off the Skelipede. So I'm gonna do 3 damage to it, and it's dead. And I'm gonna put it over here to remember that I killed it, so I get the victory points for it. So I used these 2 cards to do that. So I'm going to discard them. And I have 1 card left. I can repair something, or I can buy something, another card. So I think I will go ahead and buy... Never did a catch up. Yeah, I don't know. Jen's pretty good at board games. I think she can figure this out. I think I will go ahead and buy the minstrel. Minstrel doesn't seem bad here. Or maybe I should just use this to repair. No, I'm gonna buy the minstrel. We'll see. We'll see how that works out for me. All right. The enemy's attack. The spider is going to hit the gate for 1. So this is going to go down to 5. It's at 11 health. And it is also going to do a fear damage, which means I get a good card. Okay. So now it's the start of the next turn, so the enemies are going to advance. Well, we got the last card of 3, which is the Plague Rat. 4 health, 1 damage to our farm, and 1 fear on the pyramid, which is not great, but that's okay. Okay, I draw 1 card, or I draw back up to 3, But I don't have... I actually should have... Oh no, I do this after the enemy's advance. That's right. Don't have enough cards to draw 3, so I'm going to shuffle my discard. Shuffle them really good. Jen, how's work going? Actually, Jen, both you and Shay... Well, Shay, you work in a hospital setting, right? Do you still? Or do you not do that anymore? I can't remember. Because Jen works in a hospital setting too. So I figured that you guys... I'm just putting all your guys' private information out there on my stream. Okay, got a priest again, so that's good. Oh, okay. Shay, did you ever? Am I just crazy? I might be crazy. Not in the hospital? Oh, okay. Never mind then. I'm just a bad friend, I guess. Alright. So, priest, monk, guard. I can actually kill. I can have kind of the same turn I did last time. I think I will, actually. I think I'm going to kill... I'm going to use these 2 attacks with my tower to add it to attack. And kill the spider off. Dealing the 3 damage I need to there. And then I will use the repair on the monk to bring my pyramid back down to 0. And what's nice about that is that now when the plague rat does damage to my pyramid, I get another good card. So that's exciting. Which is going to... That's going to resolve right now. The plague rat is going to deal 1 damage to my farm. And then 1 damage to the pyramid, which means another good card gets put into my deck of cards. And the enemies are going to advance. So we have... the plague rat is a little cute. Let's see it here. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty gross looking up close. Up close. I think it has multiple eyes, which is kind of gross. But you know, how fitting. We've been dealing with the plague rat, and now we have to deal with the rat lord. So you like it? Yeah. Okay. Great. So now we draw back up to 3. We actually don't need to do anything with our discard pile this time because now we do have 3 cards. We have the knight, the minstrel, and the farmer. The knight's a really good one to get. It does 4 attack. Most things have multiple eyes. I meant multiple sets of eyes, okay? That is true. That's fair. Okay, so the knight has 4 attack, but once I use it, it's a one-time use. So, luckily this rat lord is out, and I could just kill it right off the bat. Now, the question is, do I kill the rat lord? Almost certainly, yes. Yeah, I'm going to kill the rat lord. So I'm going to remove the knight from the game, do 4 damage, but it's actually 5 because of my tower. And the rat lord is dead. That's good. And now I have 2 cards left I can use. The farmer gives me +1 when repairing the farm, which doesn't really matter because my farm's at 5 right now. And the minstrel is 2 points, so I could buy another 4-cost card here. The rat catcher costs 4. Yeah, I don't really like the rat catcher that much. It doesn't seem that good. I think I'd rather have the warden, honestly. What do you guys think? The warden or the rat catcher. The rat catcher looks gross. He looks like, I don't know, like he kind of looks like a pedophile. The warden doesn't look great either, but yeah. I think I'm gonna go with the warden, honestly. Kill the monk. I can't kill the monk, Shay. I want to. Jen is saying warden. Yeah. Okay. And actually, I'm gonna kind of change plans a little bit. I'm gonna use the minstrel to buy the tax collector, because the tax collector will give me a boost in a future turn, which could be for cash, which could be really useful. And then I'm gonna actually just use the farmer to repair, and I will repair the tower, being as it's the most damaged building. Okay, so now unfortunately we weren't able to kill the plague rat. It does 1 damage to our farm, and then actually another damage happens to our farm because it increases our pyramid, and the next spot deals damage to the farm. So our farm is now down to 3. And then the plague rat escapes. We're gonna just move him off. As it escapes, it kind of does 1 less damage to the gate. So 1, 2. Put that down to 4. What are the red pieces for? So you'll see that later in the game when the enemies have higher health. It's for keeping track of the enemy's health. Usually you can't kill enemies on 1 turn. You have to do it over multiple turns. And so if I do damage but without killing an enemy, you just use the red pieces to signify that. All right, our next wave 2 enemy is the Dark Priest. The Dark Priest. 5 health. It will deal 2 damage to our tower and increase our pyramid by 1. So I would love to kill it if I can. So it's time to draw cards. I don't have any cards left. So I am going to shuffle my discard. Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure the Dark Priest is it's a different color, but it looks like what is the art for the... yeah, it's a purple version of what's on the tin for the game. Let me get that Dark Priest number. Yeah, I'll let you know. Obviously, Shay, the designer of the game, agrees with you because he decided to use that artwork as the cover of the game. It's clearly the best artwork in the game. So I'm going to draw 3 cards. Got the priest again. That's good. So I have priest, minstrel, and monk. Oh, I forgot to fill this back up. Mason's not that good. Not at this point of the game. Neither is the Tinkerer. I don't have enough to... I can only do 2 damage to the Dark Priest this turn. It might be worth doing that. Well, actually, I can do another attack. None of my buildings are really in that much danger, so I feel like I'm not really in a whole lot of... I'm not in kind of a stressful situation right now, so I think I can take it slow. And I might even use 2 coins with my minstrel to just wipe these guys, because I don't like any of these cards that I have out there. Well, the Warden isn't bad, I suppose. Okay, so I will actually use the Priest to buy the Warden. So 2 + 1 because of my farm. And buy the Warden. And then I will wait a second. Yeah. And then I will actually, I'm just going to repair the Pyramid twice with these 2 cards. These 2 cards have a 1 on there. So 1, 2. And that way now the Dark Priest is going to deal damage. It's going to, yeah. Jen, I don't know if you're being sarcastic and you don't know what's going on, so you're just saying good call, or you're actually picking up the game and you actually think that's a good call. Deal 2 damage to the tower. Oh, although I will admit I don't quite know what's going on. Yeah, sorry, you missed the rules explanation. But so 2 to the tower, it makes it 3. Yeah, Shay, you were right. And then it does 1 damage to the Pyramid, but I get a good card. Yeah, it just felt right, you know. It just felt like a good move. So that's the end of the turn. Now the enemies advance. Now we are dealing with the Rotworm. Gross looking thing. 5 health. It does 2 to our farm. Oh no. And it does 1 to our Pyramid. That's not good. So we gotta hope we draw some good cards to kill that ASAP. Okay. So we'll draw 3 cards off of this deck. Let's see what we got here. Tax Collector, Engineer, and Farmer. Okay. Dark Priest. Well, the Engineer's good because I've taken quite a bit of damage, so I can use the Engineer to fix stuff up. I was really hoping to deal some damage to this Rotworm, but it doesn't look like I have any way of doing so. I might use the Farmer. The Farmer gets +1 to repairing the farm, so I'm going to use him. Hopefully you guys can see that. Not really. It's not focusing. But yeah, +1 to repair the farm. So I'm just going to repair the farm up to 5. And then I'll use the Engineer to repair the rest of my buildings. The farm will go back. I can split up the damage or the repair. So 1, and then just repair the tower back up to full for sure. And then this gets discarded. And then I think I'm just going to use the 2 coins on the Tax Collector. I don't really want the Mason. I'm just going to use the 2 coins to do an action here. I'm just going to attack the Rotworm. So usually it's just 2 coins for 1 attack, but because I still have my tower up, I'm going to do 2 damage to this Rotworm. So hopefully I can kill it next turn. Now the enemies attack my city. The Dark Priest does 2 to the tower. Put 4. And does 1 to the pyramid, doing another damage to my farm. Yes. And then the rotworm does 2 more damage to my farm. And 1 more on the pyramid, putting a good card in my deck. And now the enemies advance. The Dark Priest escapes to go live with Shay and does a damage to my gate for good measure. And the Rotworm advances. Draw a new card. The Grave Lord. 7 health and does 1 damage to each location. So as you can see, these enemies are getting tougher and tougher. Alright. So we will draw back up. Need to shuffle my discard because I don't have enough. Okay, so the Traveler, it has a 1 of it. Okay, let's show you guys this. The Traveler has a 1 of everything, and I may draw 2 more cards, but it's a one-time use. So I will take it. That's pretty good. The Traveler lets me draw 2 more cards. Wow, okay. Interesting. The Baroness is a one-time use as well, but it is a 4 coins, which is good because we want that alchemist that's out there for sure, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the alchemist. So I will do, oh geez, I'll Baroness and Minstrel for 6. Yeah. Oh, I did not mean to put those over there. Oh. Yeah, should have got that in here. And then I will do the Warden with my tower to deal 3 more damage to the Rotworm, killing it. And actually I think I put my yeah, Baroness needs to go. This gets discarded, and this Traveler is going to get discarded too, but yeah, I used the Warden to do that, to kill that. And now I'm going to go ahead and just do 2 damage, I think, or actually 3 damage because I haven't used my tower ability yet. 3 damage to the Grave Lord. Alright, so the Traveler gets discarded up here, and the Guard goes back into my deck. Alright, the Grave Lord does 1 damage to each location, so that's 2 on the farm, on the gate, and 3 on the tower, and 1 more on the tower, because the Grave Lord also does 1 of the pyramid. Our tower is not looking too hot right now. 2 more damage and the tower is gone. Okay. So now the Grave Lord will move And next up is the Abomination. The Abomination has 6 health, does 2 to our farm, and has 1 eyeball. So if I don't either repair the farm here or kill the Abomination, my farm is a goner. Yeah. Alright. Draw 2. Need 1 more. Okay, so we have the priest, monk, and minstrel. Well, lots of coins, but that doesn't help us right now. It's actually probably 3 of the worst cards we could have gotten. We can do 2. And not really much repair either. Well, if this is bad. This is really bad, guys. Shay, I can't kill my cards. Yeah, no repair on these cards is really, really bad. So I think what I'll just do is I will use my 2 coins from the priest and the 2 coins from the minstrel. No, that's really not, I think my farm is just a goner here. So I might as well buy something good now while I can. So 2, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to spend all these to buy the alchemist. And yeah, now we're going to get our ass kicked here. So the Gravelord does 1 damage to each location, 1 to our farm, 1 to our tower, and then 1 on the pyramid. So a good card, our last good card gets put into our deck, and then the Abomination's going to attack. It's going to kill off our farm. Everybody say bye to the farm. And then it's actually, it only had 1 damage to deal to the farm, so it's going to deal an extra damage to the gate. And then Jen says, who needs a farm? And then we're going to go up 1 more time on the pyramid. Not very good. Okay, so the Gravelord got away, unfortunately. And the Abomination advances, and here's our last 2 cards. Last 2 enemies to deal with. Okay, so we're going to draw 3 cards. Oh, I forgot to flip this. I can't see us buying cards, especially without the farm. I don't think I'm going to be buying any more cards with for the rest of the game. So yeah, Jen, you're probably right. The farm is not that big of a deal right now. So, farmer. Oh, now I get the farmer. The farmer showed up and was like, wait, what the fuck, guys? Where the fuck is the farm? What happened to the farm? Yeah, he's worthless at this point in the game. The warden is fine, I guess. It can do some damage. Yeah, I could do 3 here. 2. So I'm gonna do 4 actually. Yeah, that's good. 4 to the Death Guard. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that uses these 2 cards. And then I'll use the farmer to repair. I'll just repair the gate once. Alright, now the enemies attack. There's 2 to the farm, but there is no farm anymore, so our gate's down to 6 health. 1 up on the pyramid does another damage to the gate. We're not looking too good here, guys. The death guard. Actually, I probably should have done that health to the tower. Too little, too late now. Our tower's gone. They've knocked down our tower. All that's left is 5 little health on our gate, and actually 4 health on our gate because the abomination escaped, and that's gonna bring our gate down to 4 health. And the death guard now is over here. We got to do 2 more damage to the death guard, which, you know, should be doable. Let's not jinx ourselves, but we'll draw 1 card. Tax collector's fine. That's a free action, basically. Oh, wow. This thing is showing 5 viewers right now, which I think is the most viewers I've ever had. Well, now it's down to 4. I said that, and now it's down to 4. But thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying this. It's just, I need to drink more of my beer. Yeah, it's fun to play games and chill at night. Ooh, I got a follow. Who followed? It's not showing me. Oh, that's annoying. Hang on. Why is it not showing me who followed? Oh, Jono followed. Oh, I don't care about that then. Just kidding, Jono. Thanks for following. Oh, did someone else follow, or is it just giving me another notification? Jen, do you wanna? Jen says, "Remember me when I follow." Oh, Jen and Jono, my 2 siblings followed. How kind of you guys. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Okay, so I draw 2 more cards. Let's see if I can. Okay, that's enough, I believe. Yeah, so I got 1 attack, and 2 and 3, so that's enough to kill. Jen says, "This is my first Twitch stream I've ever watched, by the way." Well, welcome to Twitch. I hope you enjoy it. Jen, Mom had a Twitch account before you did, just FYI. So yeah, I drew the priest, which lets me do 1 damage to the death guard, and then I will do a call to arms and spend 2 coins from the tax collector to kill the rat guard, or the death guard. So the death guard has died, and I have survived the onslaughts of enemies. But I did technically win the game, but I don't think I did very well. I think okay, the priest has been slain. Okay, Shay, are you happy now? The monk and the priest were killed by monsters. That's just what we're gonna say happened. Final stand. I think I just count up these enemies, and that's my point scores. So I have 10, 14. I only scored 19. 19 points on this game. Not very good. My high score is like, horns are messed up here. My high score is like, I think what did I say? 40? My high score is 40, and the last time I played I got 25. This time I got 19. I just wasn't able to kill as many monsters as I usually do. But okay, so yeah, so that's Gate. We're gonna play Iron Helm next. Iron Helm is made by the same guy. The art looks very similar, and but it's played completely differently. I'm actually not as familiar with Iron Helm, so we might get some of the rules wrongs. I'm gonna have to probably consult the rulebook. But yeah, so I'm actually going to I'm not going to end the stream, but I'm just going to throw up kind of an away message while I clean this up, and I'll fix some stuff. So yeah, guys, don't go anywhere, and give me 5 minutes. I'm going to put the timer back up and just talk to each other and chat. Okay, everybody play nice. Alright, I'm back. Can you guys still hear me? Everybody good? Sweet. Anybody, I know this is kind of a, bad question to ask in the year 2020. Anybody doing anything fun for Halloween? Watching any movies or any virtual Halloween party? John says, I do have to peace out. This was fun, though. Have a good night. Hey, thanks, John. Thanks so much for checking out the stream. Thanks for following. Yeah, I'm probably going to be playing more games like this in the future. So if you have any games that you want to see played, video or board or otherwise, just hit me up. Shay, you said I'm on a 30-second lag apparently. What do you mean? Was it still at 30 seconds when I came back? Okay, I'm almost done getting set up here. Justin left for the weekend, so being in this house by myself is spooky enough. Oh no, Jen. Where did Justin go? If that is a question I can ask on stream. Is it very personal? Should I not know? Also, Jen says, also working in the ICU COVID unit all weekend, so pretty scary. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun at all. Does not sound fun in the least bit, but it does sound spooky. Shay, nah, just 30 between when I send a chat and when it pops up, or when someone else replies to something, and 30 seconds later I hear the question. Oh, sorry about that, Shay. It's probably your Wi-Fi. He went to a wedding, gotcha. And you had to work, so that's why. I see. I see. Okay, we got our loot deck. Here. It's a fun game for me, though. Yeah, I bet it is. If he brings COVID back to me, I'm gonna be pissed. Yeah, you never know. How big? Man, I shouldn't be asking this, but do you know how big the wedding is that he's going to? Let's shame him on my stream. He's gonna watch the VOD and be like, "What the hell, Jen?" No idea, and I don't know if I want to know. Yeah, sometimes ignorance is bliss. Right? So, yeah, this game is Iron Helm. A lot more shuffling, a lot more decks in this one. It comes in a little bit bigger of a box than the tiny tin that the last game came in. But this game is fun. I've only played it all the way through once, and that was quite a bit ago. So, like I said, you guys are going to have to bear with me a little bit in terms of remembering all the little rules, but... This one is more of a typical dungeon crawler No priest or monk killing, I don't think, in this one. It's more typical, like, role-playing game, dungeon crawler, adventure, action-adventure type game. I know, it's disappointing for you, Shay, I'm sure. So I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh, actually on the mouse over, it's really clear. Cultist? I'm sure, I'm willing to bet there's a cultist in this game. We'll see. We'll see, though. Okay, so actually, you guys can see these cards pretty well if I hover over them. Yeah, this thing up here is the dungeon that we're going through. We're on space 1 right now. 2's up here. 3, 4, 5. We're just trying to traverse to the end of it without dying. And at the end, there's a boss that we can kill. Below that is our, like, I think it's morality meter. And we start off at 0. And we can either go up the track or down. So it's like 0... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So that just keeps track of that stuff. Over here are starting adventurer cards. I'll pick a random adventurer, and he'll decide what kind of like health and stats we have. Right here is the enemy deck, which is what we'll be going through and trying to. You know, there's encounters and traps and enemies and that kind of stuff. And up here are potions, plots, loot, and enemies. These are just decks that I have just shuffled up and we'll be going through. So yeah, so there's dice in this game. And in the last game, the dice were just for counters. In this game, there is rolling of dice to do hits and that kind of stuff. So nerd, jock, cheerleader, goth, etc. Yeah, your typical RPG characters, for sure. Okay, so actually, I think just the red dice are for rolling. I think these dice are actually for keeping count of enemy health, if I remember correctly. We'll see. Okay, the token supply. Our skills, which I'll put over here. We got our skill deck, which I don't need to shuffle because we're going to be going through them. And our trappings. Actually, we can put these both kind of face up over here. Okay. And then there's 3 boss cards that we're going to go up against at the end of the game. Either the Lich, the Lurker, or the Naga. Yeah, like which one we actually end up fighting will depend on what kind of enemies we encounter throughout the game. But we'll just put the bosses aside for now because we don't need them. And now to finish setup, we just choose a random hero. I think you actually technically can choose which hero you want to play as, but I think it's going to be more fun just to choose a random one. Alright, we are going to be... Oh, I was this guy last time, and I lost horribly. Sortab. What kind of names? Is it Sortab or Sortab? Enemies like cultists? Maybe. We'll have to see. Okay, so Sortab. I'm going to say Sordib. Sordib is his name. Oh yeah, the music is great. So sorted. So yeah, I actually recently discovered while I was like trying to look up while I was trying to look up like music that I can play for legally for free that's not gonna like get my videos muted. I found this guy who's really active on social media. His name is Harris Heller, and he makes a bunch of lo-fi. He has this Spotify playlist called Stream Beats, and yeah, he's very passionate about just making these beats and just giving them away for free. So yeah, shout out to him, and thank you so much for the music. It goes very well with my beer. Okay, so we're gonna go with Sortab. And Sortab starts off with 12 health. So here's our little health tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 health for Sortib. Attention. Yeah, seriously. And 12 energy as well. Is this beer good? I'm not gonna step on your guys' brand by commenting on the quality of my beer. I have been enjoying it very much so, though. So take that for what you will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 more. 10, 11. So yeah, the hearts are life, obviously. The purple counters are energy, which is what we use to do actions. The 9, the gray 9 here, I'll just hover over this. The gray 9 is how much weight we can carry. And, oh yeah, who's the buyer, Shay? I think I've dropped to 45 seconds back. LOL, that's funny. We start off with 1 ration, so that's pretty typical. And 3 gold. Big spender. Jono. Ew, imagine liking board games. Yeah, that's Jono, alright. Typical Jono. Too cool. Too cool for board games with his brother. Okay, so the other thing that Sortib, what did we decide? Sortib. The other thing that Sortib starts off with, it's actually kind of hard to read the text here, but yes, Sortib. He has trappings. He has a wooden staff and a door wedge. And his skill is alchemy. So we will get those cards out for our main pal. Sortib. Here. Trappings, wooden staff. That's why he's got a crown on Twitch, right? Because he's cool. Jono, why do you have a crown on Twitch? Play League of Legends like a real man. Jono, get the hell out of here with your League of Legends crap. Any idiot can play League of Legends, Jono. Okay? These games, they take mental awareness. They take mental a mental fortitude that you could only dream of. Oh, Twitch Prime. Gotcha. That makes sense. You'll get there one day, Jono. Don't worry. Door wedge. Skills. Alchemy. Alright, I'm actually going to move these out. Move this up a little bit. So, Sortib starts with alchemy. I'll hold this up so you guys can read this actually. Gain 2 potions of your choice. Whenever you draw a new potion card, you may draw 1 extra potion, pick 1 to keep, and then discard the other. Okay, that's cool. I wonder if that happens I don't know if I do that right away. No, I think I can use this skill at any point. Yeah. The door wedge. So if I wanted to sell the door wedge, I'd get 1 gold for it. It has a weight of 1. And it is, I do not know what that AS stands for, but we're gonna find out. Discard to avoid an ambush or skirmish, so that's good. And then the wooden staff, I get 3 gold for. Yeah, isn't that hilarious to have in this type of game? Which is like a door wedge. 3 gold. Let's hold this, not like a crazy person. 3 gold if I decide to sell this. It has a weight of 1. Oh, 2-handed. That's what it means. Okay, AB or AS. Yeah, it just means that. I don't know what AS means, but this staff means I can't hold any other weapons with it. Add an additional 3 damage to all potion attacks. Interesting. Very interesting. Imagine paying a whole golden coin for a door wedge. Yeah, what's this door wedge made out of? That's a good point. Okay, so I believe now we are all set up. So let's see what I actually do in this game. Alright. Iron Helm is played in rounds called levels, which represent areas of the dungeon you are exploring. Each level is made up of 8 turns. The end of the turn is triggered when you resolve the 8th turn. Turn sequence. Draw 2 cards from the dungeon deck. Keep them face down. So I'm going to draw 2 cards here. 1, 2. Reveal one of the 2 cards by flipping it face up and reading it. Okay, so I'm going to flip this one up and I'm going to read it here. So, arrow trap is what happened. Your curiosity with a ruby-eyed statue comes at a cost. You gain 1 poison token, and your greed has you walking blindly into a storm of arrows. Gain 2 potions. Now, what this means is I could either stop now and take the result of the top one. And if I do that, I just get 1 poison token, which deals damage to me every turn. So that's not until I can get rid of it. So that's not great. Or I think, no, that's not how that works in this game. How it works in this game is if I ever have more damage token or more poison tokens than I do life, I die. And then the second action is if I decide, nah, I'm not gonna mess with this arrow trap. I'm gonna just discard this card and go with the second one. If I decide to do that, if I say, okay, I'm going to pass on this first one because I don't want that poison token, I have to take the second action on this card. So that could either be really good or really bad. And at this point in the game, I don't really have any way of knowing. I don't really want this poison token, though. Yeah. Let's see here. Let me think about this a little bit. So do I risk it, or do I just take the 1 poison and hope it's not something way worse? I don't know. Okay, let me look up something real quick about poison before risk it for the biscuit, Jen says. I think you might be right, Jen. I think you're right. Weakness, special power. Finishing level. Yeah. Yeah, if the poison level reaches that of your health. Okay, I'll just take the poison, I think. It's just one poison. Oh, no! That's what, like, this game is already tense, and it just started. No, I'm not going to take the poison. Let's risk it. Jennifer, if this goes to shit, I'm blaming you. Ooh. Okay. Jennifer, you led me. You did not lead me astray. We reached an altar. Sometimes a sanctuary is found in the least expected place. You drop at the altar and pray for... I'm going to pray for a blessing. I get one blessing token. So this blessing token has something behind it that is going to, at the boss fight, help me a lot. So that was good. That was good. All right, and then after that, we continue. So something else, I'm actually not sure if I resolve this alchemy right away. I feel like I should. Because I don't have any ways to do damage right now without potions. So I feel like when I took that alchemy, I'm supposed to also take potion. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. It doesn't make sense for me not to start the game off with potions. So I'll get 2 potions of my choice. I'm not gonna need health potion just yet. Ice shard seems good. Jono says gonna eat real quick. BRB. Okay, Jono. Oh, he also said you always risk it for the biscuit. What are you, a nerd who plays safe? Jono, you talk a lot of shit on Twitch, and I'm gonna remember this. I just hope you know that. Next time I see you, buddy, you're gonna pay for these words. Spark bomb. I like that. Holy water. I might take a spark bomb and a holy water. Yes. That is what I'll do. Shay says gonna hit him with your door wedge. Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Okay. Spark bomb. I'm running out of room to keep my inventory over here, but it's fine. Alright, let's move on to the next phase here. Oh, I just draw two cards. I'll go ahead and flip this one since I already kind of looked at it. Skirmish. 1, you draw your weapon and you're ready for battle. Draw an enemy card and add the dungeon level +2 to their health. Yeah, I think I might just skirmish here. Yeah. So the way that battling works, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to skirmish. I'm going to go ahead and discard this card. I don't think actually I'm supposed to know what I'm going to put the discards face down. So I don't know what I skipped, but I am just going to go ahead and skirmish. And so when we skirmish, we get ready for battle. We're going to flip a enemy card. Ooh, we found a zombie. And the zombies, the way that fighting works is that enemies have a bunch of stats that we're going to basically compare damage with. They have 2 health. They have 0. Hang on, let me see what those symbols mean again. I believe that's like a kind of damage. Yeah, that's the enemy's damage. The enemy, so this zombie deals 0 damage. And then this, the green tells you the treasure type that you'll get if you defeat it. 5 is weakness, so this guy is weak against undead attacks, like my holy water. But I don't think I'm going to need to use the holy water yet. Yeah, actually, hang on. I don't think I have any other way of dealing damage as sword tab. Let me see. Okay, so the health is 2, but he gets +2 because we're in a skirmish. So I will take this dice. He's at 4 health. The zombie's at 4 health. Initial damage. He does not do initial damage. Your turn to attack. Your attacks work a bit differently than those of your foes. You must first decide how much energy you want to expend in order to strike your foe. Okay, so I don't need weapons in order to strike. You may spend up to 3 energy tokens. For each one you do, you are allowed to roll 1d6 dice. You must have a weapon in your primary hand, or be using a 2-handed weapon in order to spend energy to roll dice during combat. Is a wooden staff a weapon? I would imagine so. Yeah, I think I just hit this guy with my wooden staff. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to spend... To get a roll of 4, I think I'm just going to spend 2 energy here. I'll spend 2 energy and roll 2d6. Yeah, I murdered him. Beat the crap out of the zombie. And the zombie is dead. And so I get a treasure type value of 1 allows you to draw 1 random card from the top of the loot deck or take 1 gold from the supply. Okay, so I'll take a loot. Let's see what kind of loot I got. A longsword. Ooh. Die results of 6 deal an extra point of damage. Okay. So I can't actually use the longsword because I don't want to get rid of my wooden staff. So the longsword just stays in my inventory until I can sell it. So that actually is not going to be a thing for me. I could switch out the longsword with my wooden staff if I wanted to, but die results of 6 deal an extra point of damage. How often am I gonna roll 6s? Knowing my luck, not very often. Okay. All right. So the zombie's dead, and we have finished this next one. Let's keep moving. Alright, let's draw this. Let's flip this one for this time. Merchant. Deep in the dungeon seems like a strange place. Here, I'll hold it up. Sorry, guys. Deep in the dungeon seems like a strange place to set up shop, but who are you to question his sanity? You may make a purchase from the merchant. Buy. Draw loot and potion cards based on the dungeon level you are on from the shop. Sell. The merchant will buy 1 items from you for 1 gold each. Yeah, I murdered the hell out of that zombie. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and sell this long sword for a gold. And then I'll buy. I'm only at level 1, so I get to draw 1 loot and 1 potion. So I drew an explorer's map. Lose 1 less ration when lost in the labyrinth. That seems pretty good because I only have 1 ration at this point. Antidote. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna buy the explorer's map. Yeah, my explorer's map for 2 gold. So now my combined weight of my inventory is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so I have 4 left, which is good. Okay. encounter. Flip this one this time. Clearing. Draw a plot card. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's draw a plot card. The wolf. Your eyes meet those of a frail-looking wolf crouched in the cover of shadows. It looks like the wolf is starving as it cannot even muster the strength to growl. Feed the wolf. You take one of your rations and give it to the wolf. The frightened creature snaps at you, drawing blood, but returns to eating your offering. Lose 1 ration and 2 health. Move up 1 on the morality attack. Wolves ignore you from now on. Ignore the wolf. You turn away and leave the wolf behind to fend for itself. Move 1 down on the morality track. I only have 1 ration right now, and I'm gonna need it before we move on, so I think I'm just gonna ignore the wolf. Yeah, sorry wolf. So I move 1 down on the morality track, which is not good, but it's better than losing health and morality right now. Alright, plot's done. Moving on. This one, skirmish. I don't think I want to skirmish again. Let's see what else is there. Ambush, great! I risked it, and this is what happens. Your foe catches you by surprise, gaining the upper hand. Draw an enemy card and add the dungeon level to their initial damage. Add the dungeon level +4 to their health. Oof, okay. Let's see what enemy we got going on. Consuming Mass. 7 health +4. That's not good. That is not good at all. So it's gonna attack me first. And the way that initial damage happens is as soon as this, because it ambushed me, I'm gonna roll 2d6, I believe. Initial damage. This is an initial damage. Roll 2d6 and subtract the lower result from the higher result. Add this number to the enemy damage. So that's actually a really good roll there, because that's his initial. Where was blessing Jen there? Yeah, Jen, come on. So that's 1 damage, but he is gonna do 4 more. Oh no, just 1, because we're still on level 1. So he's gonna do 2 damage to me, which is not terrible. That could have been a lot worse. And now we figure out their health. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 health for this gelatinous blob. And yeah, now we have to try to kill it with 11 health. Jen says, sorry, I can't use up all my blessings. That's fair. Okay. I'll go ahead and try. I guess I'll take. Maybe I use a item here. He's weak to frost, which is the one type of bomb I didn't get. That is so annoying. I think I'm gonna hold on to my potions. I'm just going to do 3 energy to roll 3 dice and hope I get an 11. Nope, not even close. Okay, so I deal 8 damage to it. So it's down to 3 health, and then it gets to attack me again. With an attack of 3, it does something to me. Alright. If you're attacked by okay. Counter strikes. Sorry, there it is. If you fail to defeat your enemy with your first attack, they will counter strike. Counter strikes works exactly the same way as initial damage by rolling 2d6 and subtracting the results. That's interesting. That's not how I would. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. So they'll add 3 to this attack here. So that's 2. That's 5 damage to me. Woof. Oofa doofa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I definitely should have used a potion. Ouch. Okay. So now I will attack it back. I'm just going to do 1 here. Let's get lucky. We got to get lucky. Come on, Jen. I need your blessing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna use a spark bomb. Yeah. No, I think I'll just. I can't lose any more health at this point. I don't think. So I think I'm gonna use holy water. Shay says, "Does not look good for you, buddy." LOL. Yeah. Jen says, "Haha, yikes! This is too much pressure." I'm just gonna go ahead and before he attacks me, I'm gonna use this holy water, and I discard this to deal 2d6 damage. I should have done that before my ration, but whatever. Yeah, I got it this time. Okay. So it's dead. This time I get 2 treasure loot cards, which is good. Scale armor. I don't have any armor, so that's nice. Subtract 2 from initial damage and counter strikes. Cannot use the conceal or shadow skill. Good, I do not have those skills, so I'll just get that. Next loot card. Ooh, Cinder Blade. Attack results of 6 deal 7 damage. Plus 3 to the sum of your attack roll versus enemies weak to fire. That's interesting. Guess I'll just hold on to that item. Alright. So this enemy's dead. This ambush card goes away. And now we will move on. Flip this card over. Skirmish. Okay. This can't be another bad card, right? That can't happen 2 cards in a row. Oh my gosh. Another ambush. How? Did I shuffle these? Oh my gosh. That's brutal. Okay. Well, here's another enemy. Undead Archer. Okay, so so he attacks me first. We'll roll the 2. He'll hit me for 2. Oh, actually, no, I have my scale armor. So subtract 2 from the initial damage and counter strikes. So it actually doesn't hit me at all. Yeah, that scale armor is probably going to be what ends up saving me here. So the Undead Archer does not do anything to me. And then I add 4, so it's at 8. And I will go ahead and just spend a couple of energy, 2 energy, to maybe just 3. Play it safe here. We'll do 3 energy. Why not? Actually, no, I'm just gonna do 2 and see if I can get lucky. I need to kind of get lucky here. I'm running out of health quickly. Oh man, woo! Not great. So that's 2 damage to it. 6. Okay, well it's gonna attack me. So It has a base attack of 2. It did 4 plus 2 is 6. Another 4, or just 4 because I have my scale armor. Oh, but still not good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oof is right, Shay. I have gotten very, very unlucky this game. And I think it's balanced out because I got pretty lucky actually in Gate. Even though my score wasn't very good, I did get pretty lucky with the way that the order that the enemies came out. This game I'm not getting so lucky. So yeah, I'm gonna just spend another 2 energy to roll a couple dice and try to get above a 6 here. Got it. Okay, it's dead. So I get a loot. Let's see what loot I got. I got a lamp. Once per dungeon level, you may reveal both dungeon cards and choose one. That is very good. That's very good. And I think I'm getting close to the end of this dungeon. I need something good here, so I think I'm just going to use the lamp now because I can't really afford another attack here. So I'm just going to use the lamp, ambush, and skirmish. Wow, oh my gosh. Okay, so there's 3 of each in this deck. So it's very, very unlikely that that's going to happen to you 3 times in a row. Yeah, so that sucks. So yeah, I'm going to do ambush. But this time, I'm going to do the top because of my lamp. And I get to catch my foe by surprise this time. The enemy does not do initial damage, and I add the dungeon level to their health. So this time, we have an undead warrior. You lose 1 blessing with initial damage, but we don't do initial damage, which is good. So it has 6 health. And only you. Yeah, right? I am pretty unlucky. Okay. So I think I will spend my last 2 energy. Hooray! To try to kill this undead warrior. And I got it. Okay, got it in 1 this time. So the loot I get is a cookbook. Gain 1 extra energy when you eat ration at a campsite. Okay, that's going to be useful. So this is going to be useful, but I'm running into a problem right now where I have too much equipped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, with the cookbook, I now have to get rid of something. And I think that is going to have to be... Oh, guys, I completely forgot about my door wedge. How did I forget about my door wedge? I could have used my door wedge to avoid an ambush or a skirmish. Well, maybe that'll be helpful next time. I think I'm going to get rid of the Explorer's map. All right. So this is the last one in level 1. Oh, well, I saw this card, so we're gonna choose it. Labyrinth. Surely your covering will see you out of this wizard's maze. Discard 1 ration. If you have no rations, lose 3 health. I don't want to discard a ration, so I'm gonna see what this other card is. Campsite. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. So the campsite card says you have spied a relatively quiet location to set up camp. It will not be long before you attract attention to yourself. Choose one of the following actions: cook, spend 1 ration to gain 3 energy, or search, gain 1 ration, or rest, spend 1 action to gain 2 health and lose 1 poison. I only have 1 ration, so I'm going to go ahead and just use the search for the campsite and gain... Oh, actually, no. I don't have any energy left. So I feel like searching is cooking is the way to go. but I'm pretty sure I need a ration at the end. Let me see how this works real quick. I'm gonna look up something for the rulebook before I keep going. Shay, how could you forget the door wedge? I know, Shay. What am I thinking? I deserve to lose. I deserve to lose this game. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just gain a ration here because at the end of each dungeon level, you have to spend a ration for your character. So I'd rather just have one. But I don't have any energy, so this is not looking very good. Okay. So we were just got what you do at the end of the level. Finishing level. Once the end of the level is triggered, shuffle the dungeon deck and place it in all sorts of. Shay says, listen, I'm not saying you should lose, but maybe you should win. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I'm only on the first level, and I have 1 health left and no energy. Yeah, it's not looking good for me here. Okay. Alright. So we're done with that. Now we spend a ration to feed our character. And we draw plot cards. Be something good. The Prisoner. You find yourself in the threshold of a small prison room. An armed guard is fast asleep at a table where a couple of gold coins rest. The sole prisoner spots you and silently points the keys on the table. Free the prisoner. You slowly make your way towards the table, but as you near it, the orc wakes up, a battle ensues, and you are the victor. You free the prisoner, and he runs off without even offering a thank you. You lose 1 energy and 3 health. Move up 1 on the morality track, gain 2 gold and 1 treasure card. Take the money and run. You dash through the room, picking up the coins as you pass the table. The orc wakes up confused, but you are long gone. So I don't have any energy. So I have to do the second one. Move 1 down on the morality check and gain 2 gold. Yeah, I'm not too... Swordub is quite the little rapscallion, if you know what I mean. Okay. Alright, I think this next few turns should spell the end for Swordub, our piece of shit alchemist. And that's okay because it's kind of getting late and I'm exhausted and I haven't even finished 1 beer yet. But thank you guys so much for watching. Shay, I don't know, Jen, if you're still there. Oh my gosh, we have 4 viewers right now. We're back up. We were down to 2 for a long time. If you're watching, thank you so much for joining the stream. I really appreciate you guys. Jen, I love you. Alright. A skirmish. Okay, I'm going to draw again because I don't have any energy and I don't have any health, so I can't fight. So if this is a skirmish, which it is, I'm going to... Hey, Shay. Hey. I'm going to discard the door wedge. I like the... Jen says, I didn't appreciate my lack of blessings being called out. Sorry about that, Jen. I appreciate you watching my stream in general. We're going to use the door wedge here. I like the idea of this card is like there was enemies that were coming and I just jammed a door wedge underneath the door and got away. So we're going to go ahead and discard this card. And ignore the skirmish, because if we skirmished right now, we would die a horrible death. Alright, moving right along. Let's see. Ambush. Once again, I don't think we can survive an ambush, so let's just move along. And campsite. See, this is what I like to see. Let's go ahead and cook this time. Man, I don't know. I need the energy, but I don't know if I have any other way of gaining. I can't believe I've kept the horns on my head this entire stream. I don't know if I have any other way of gaining rations. Oh, shucks. I think I have to just take the rations here. Alright, I'm taking the rations. Yeah. Alright. See what else I got. Skirmish, I have to keep drawing. Arrow trap. Your greed has walked you blindly into a storm of arrows. Gain 2 poison tokens, and we now have more poison than we do health. And Sordib, our cowardly idiot alchemist, has died. Yeah, so that is Iron Helm. I got very, very unlucky, but the great thing about solo games is that if you get unlucky, sometimes you can just reset the game and start over. If I wasn't streaming, that's probably what I would have done. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I really like both of these games. I really like the art. When you're playing this game, you really kind of, even though it's just a bunch of cards and a bunch of cardboard, you really kind of feel like you're traveling in a dungeon, fighting monsters and stuff. So yeah, so Jen says that's what I do whenever I play solitaire on my computer. Yeah, if you don't get the right setup or whatever, you just start over. Shay says, thank Christ. Yeah, thank Christ that Sordib did not make it out of this dungeon alive. He was the worst. But yeah, I think I play Gate more often just because it's quicker, obviously, and it's a little bit easier. There's not as much luck involved in terms of, like, in this game you have to roll dice, and as you guys can see, dice hate me so much. So yeah, I like Gate because it's a deck building game, and I have a little bit better luck when it comes to drawing cards and choosing. Yeah, Shay says for his death, not the end of the stream, obviously. Yeah, I got what you were saying. But yeah, so Jen, you actually bring a good point up with solitaire. Like, a lot of people wonder why anybody would play like solo or make solo board games, and I think it comes from that, like, it's kind of like playing solitaire on the computer or with a deck of cards, or playing or doing a puzzle, right? Like, there's just something about being able to solve just do something with your mind by yourself, and try to kind of just entertain yourself with a game, without needing a bunch of people, without needing to explain the rules to a bunch of others. So yeah, I really like Gate. I really like Iron Helm, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I think if you guys haven't already listened to the podcast, Shay, I already know that you already listened to it, so I appreciate that. Jen, you haven't told me whether you did or not. Anyone else who's watching this right now or watching the VOD later, you can find info on our podcast at virtuallyanalog.info. We are going to be recording again this weekend, and a new episode will go up on Monday. What else do I have to say? Tomorrow we're doing a Halloween stream from noon to 5. We'll be playing a bunch of games with the Board Game Indie group on Vorpal board. We'll be playing Horrified, which is a game about you are trying to defeat a bunch of famous monsters from I think it's Universal Studios monsters, like Frankenstein and Oh, why am I blanking? I have the game right here, actually. Why am I even bothering to... Yeah, it's like Frankenstein, Dracula, Bride of Dracula, Mummy, Invisible Man. Yeah, so you're playing a group of people trying to stop those monsters. We're playing Horrified on Vorpal Board. We're playing Unmatched, which is a game about playing as a bunch of different characters. Once again, Dracula's in that game. Obviously, you can tell it's like a Halloween themed thing, but Dracula, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Invisible Man, and the last one is man, I have that game right here too. Why am I even bothering? Oh, Sherlock Holmes, which is cool. Yeah, the Monsters universe. So we're gonna have 4 people playing those 4 characters, and we're all gonna be battling each other. So Horrified is cooperative, where we're trying to beat all those guys, and Unmatched is where we're playing as one of those characters, and we're all trying to beat each other. The last game we're playing is Mysterium Park, which is a really fun little game where I'm going to play as a ghost and try to help psychics discover who murdered me. So yeah, so that's our Halloween stream planned for tomorrow. I hope you guys can check that out. We'll be streaming it to the group Board Game Indie, but I'm also going to try to stream it to this channel and to others. So I think that is about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk to you guys next time.